How I got to this church? We moved to Cleveland for my husband to take a job with American Greetings, and we wanted to be on the west side to be close to American Greetings. But the other thing we wanted to be close to was the Unitarian Universalist Church. I was raised as a Methodist, very active in the Methodist Church. Was in high school, I knew some kids who were involved at the Unitarian Church, and I got involved in doing a play for one of their services. When I got married, I did. My husband was not interested in going to church, but I lived in the Boston area. I was a member of the Arlington Street Church. Then we lived in Philadelphia, and I was at First Church in Philadelphia, and then we moved here to Cleveland. The earliest memory is driving into the parking lot on a summer Sunday, finding it empty except for one other car. So I went over and talked to the people there. They were also looking for a service. There was nothing going on. West Shore didn't hold services during the summer. Almost no Unitarian churches did hold services during the summer. I first became involved, I joined the choir right away. That was really nice because I called the church and I said, how do I become a member of the choir? And they said, arrive on whatever night it was, Thursday night I think it was, at 8 o'clock and be downstairs and somebody will meet you and greet you and take you up to the choir loft. That happened, and you know, I became a member of the choir for a number of years. The other thing that I did right away was I asked to become a Sunday school teacher. I had been a biblical history major in college, so I wanted to know if I could teach a Bible class. And fortunately, there was a 7th grade Bible class that needed teaching. And 7th grade was just what I loved. So Joan was the chair of the Religious Education Committee at the time, but she and I then subsequently had a Sunday school class that we taught together. And I guess I just went through that kind of thing, working as I became the chair of the RE committee, and then started looking at the possibility. Oh, I know what happened. Betty Lockwood, who was the RE director at the time, said she was going to leave, and she was putting my name in. She was submitting my name to become the next RE director. After the committee interviewed a number of people, they selected me. From that point on, I started studying to become a certified director of religious education. The denomination was putting up a vote the fact that religious educators, because of their education, could be qualified as parish ministers. The child care centers were beginning to be formed all around the country, where parents were going back to work, where women needed that help. And so it seemed like a good use of our space. I came to the church probably the day after Peter Sampson left. That was the day I was in the parking lot. And after that, there was a year of no interim ministry. We had speakers from the Nature Center. We had, it was an unusual time. But of course, talking about music, you got to talk about Joe and the junior choir, and what happened with him as a person, how he developed. Out of desperation on my part, I said, Joe, can you do this? And he said, yes, I think I'd like to do that.
Was there any hesitancy on his part?
Not really, no. He just needed to be asked, and you know, I keep that in mind when I talk about other people. You need to ask them. But the important thing about Joe was that he learned that he could write music. And he did. He started writing music. All of a sudden one day, he decided he needed something for the kids to sing. Then he knew what it was. And he wrote it. He didn't know that he could do that.
He gives you a lot of credit for that your support and just telling him he could do it.
Well, I mean, he was the one who created the first one, but after that, I said, Joe, you can keep doing this. David Cole just had read someplace about Feast of Fools, and he thought it would be great fun if we could do something like that here.
Look at that! Isn't it great? Look at that!
I don't see a thing, Charlie Brown. I don't see anything.
Oh, it's great. Can't you see it? It's up in the fog. It's up in the fog up there.
Oh, there's a basic meteorological principle which you don't understand. Well, Charlie Brown, if there's fog up there, there can't be any wind. And if there isn't any wind, Charlie Brown, your kite can't be up there. And if there is wind, Charlie Brown, there wouldn't be any fog. You're really dense, Charlie Brown.
Not every mystical experience can be verified.
The thing that I think I would like to talk about is the fact that I was ordained here. It was the first ordination this church had ever done. Okay. So it was, they were doing it from scratch, and they did an absolutely magnificent job of it. It's everything. It's my career, it's my family, it's my community.